Talk. Talk. Talk to me Tuesday.
Welcome to Talk to Me Tuesday on a Tuesday. I'm your host, Madi B. And today I have two really special guests. I have Julie and I have Meredith here. Now these ladies are here representing Heroes for Children. It's one of the charities that we work with at D. Miller & Associates. Now before we get into why you guys ladies are here and what we're going to be doing and collaborating together, I want to open up those lines of communication for you guys. If you have any questions, comments, or anything that you want to ask these ladies, load them up because they're ready for your questions. So Julie and Meredith, I want you guys to introduce yourselves, who you are, where you're from, and what brings you here for Heroes for Children.
Sounds great. Well, I'm Julie Mallon, and I'm the South Texas Area Director for Heroes for Children. Born and raised in Houston, love Houston, grew up, unfortunately, going to the Med Center for my appointment, and it kind of led me to be with Heroes for Children to help the children we do battling cancer.
Awesome. Nice story. And Meredith?
I'm Meredith Siegel, and I am born and raised in Massachusetts and moved to Houston about 23 years ago, so long ago already, and became involved with Heroes a couple of years ago.
All right, that sounds awesome. So let's talk a little bit for those viewers that have no idea what Heroes for Children is. Julie, if you want to kind of touch a little bit about what it is, what you guys do, whose lives you touch, all that good stuff.
Well, really, the heart of what we do is making sure that no family battling cancer battles alone. We help with social and financial assistance to children 0 to 22 years of age while they battle cancer.
Wow.
And what we do is come in and hopefully are that breath of fresh air in the middle when they're struggling to breathe.
Yeah.
You get that diagnosis, you're starting treatment, you haven't yet figured out how you're even going to cover bills and what's going on, but you know you need to help your kid. We help with financial assistance first, which we are one of the only organizations in Houston that literally gets a check cut within 7 days and out to the families.
Wow.
We also help with social assistance because what we find is the connections help that time, whether it's for the parents, the siblings, or the patient.
Wow.
So those
beautiful.
are the two ways.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Now, how we kind of came together. Now, D. Miller & Associates, PLCs, you guys know we're very much so involved in the community. We're involved in a lot of charities, not only Heroes for Children, but we also do TBI, traumatic brain injury, and other charities as well. Now, right now, one of our main focus is the children. The children is the future of tomorrow. So we did kind of had a meeting, all of us, and we talked about it, and you guys were the right fit. It's exactly where the partners, Darren Miller and Ramesh Raghuthaman, definitely decided that this is where their heart lies. Now, what we're going to do, you kind of met our guests a little bit. We're going to go into a little bit more detailed questions, but what we're going to be doing here shortly in about, 10, 15 days, we're doing a kickoff party. So the kickoff party is going to be here at our law firm outside. So bring your hats, bring your umbrellas, bring everything. We're going to be having a blast. We are going to have a DJ here outside. We're going to have some food trucks, ice cream, a surprise. I'm not going to say the surprise yet. We're also going to have you guys representing your table so that you guys can answer any questions. And we're going to have a lot of games. Now, these games are going to be to give out giveaways. So the more you donate, the more you have a chance to win these prizes. We're going to give out things from like AirPods, iPads, TVs, etc. You name it, we're going to give it out. So I want to encourage you guys that are watching that if you just want to have a good time, whether it's yourself or with your kids, come on down. The address is going to be located in the comment section so that you guys can come. It's on June 27th. and we're ready. We already have our our sunscreen and our hats. We have everything ready.
Ready to go.
So we are not here to play. It's going to be from 3 to 7 on June 27th. We're going to have a guest DJ, which we're going to announce it a little bit closer to the event, which it will be next week. But the attorneys will be walking around, having a good time. We will be having a good time. We're going to have some guest speakers as well.
Yes.
So one of the guest speakers you brought on, so do you want to talk a little bit about that
Absolutely.
guest speaker?
So we actually have one of our Touchstone families coming to speak and share their story and how Heroes has affected their battle in their life. So the mom and leader and hero of that family, Laura, is going to be speaking. But the whole family's going to be here, sunscreened and all, ready to have fun.
Yeah, that's going to be awesome. So you guys can hear from a family themselves that has suffered or that has been through it or knows what it takes or has a child going through that battle. So that right there is amazing because you guys get to hear the story from the family member. So another guest speaker that we're going to have is someone that is running for City Council, Houston City Council, District F will be there. Jesus, if you're watching, make sure you throw in a hi and a big old comment for us. So he will be there representing and kind of speaking to the community as opposed to what it is that he's representing and what he can do also. If you guys want to be a guest speaker or if something is super moving in your heart and you want to speak, please let us know. The contact information is below. You can reach out to Decel at dmillerlaw.com. Now, I want to go over a comment we have from Heroes for Children, from your people. They're watching you right now. They said, yay, Julie. So thank you. That was awesome support. So we're going to kind of get started on some questions that I have for you ladies. So tell us about Heroes for Children and or your mission. What is your ultimate goal out there when, starting this up and kind of getting the proceeds?
Well, really, first and foremost, Heroes was co-founded by two ladies that unfortunately lost their children to pediatric cancer, Larissa and Jenny. So everything we do is kind of based on what they went through. In the midst of this loss, they saw that they had this community rallying around them, but saw some others that were floundering. Mm-hmm. Thus, Heroes was born. Mm-hmm. And what our goal is, and we say it time and time again, is one, that no family battle alone. But the second piece of it is, anytime you talk to the social workers that we work with, one of the main things they say is we're their catch net. We're the only organization that does some of these things. So funeral assistants, we are it. Yeah. When they are looking at end-of-life celebrations for milestones and stuff, we are one of the only. Yeah. So we really want to be there for these families no matter what. Yeah. We want to be able to say yes, which is what you guys are doing by supporting us with this event.
Well, that is beautiful. Yes. I know that is something that is awesome. First of all, that story is beautiful and how it was founded. I know experiences and walks of life is what gets you to do certain movements, and that's awesome that those ladies thought, you know what, my experience can move other families and can really help. So it is unfortunate that they went through that, but that is their experience what led to this and to you, bringing you
what we get to do every day.
Yes, exactly. So we love to raise proceeds and help our community, especially the children. It's extremely sad to see children suffer, but we're here to kind of put a smile on their face. So what inspired you, Julie, to take on this role and to be a part of this organization?
Okay, so there's two folds to that. There's the before and the ones I had started.
I want both.
Well, the before is really, I grew up as a patient in a hospital, in and out for cardiac work. Mm-hmm. And I saw some of the things that the mission speaks to. I was in a waiting room with my mom and overheard stories of families going, well, Dad can't work anymore. I watched my brother hear no a lot because we were in and out of my stuff and my appointments. So Heroes really spoke to me in that respect. Mm-hmm. But then once I started and really saw the mission in action, it spoke to me here and now as a mom and as a community member, One of the first visits I did at the hospital, I walked in and there was a 13-year-old, just like mine. I have a 14-year-old daughter at home.
Yeah.
And she's making slime just like my daughter was doing every night.
Yeah.
And to hear her mom's story of her daughter was totally healthy playing soccer one day. Bone pain, pain in the knees, this, that, all of a sudden diagnosed with cancer.
Oh no.
And their life completely changed.
Yeah.
And it just, in that moment, I kind of got driven to the cause of, wow, this could be anyone, anytime, any place. And it's our job just to be ready to help
Right.
as heroes. And that, again, really circled back to our board of directors and our founders and our staff who work tirelessly just to make sure that when we get these requests, the answer is absolutely, what can we do? Absolutely, what's next?
Yeah. I love that story. I love your twofold. I mean, I think that speaks 1,000 words. And I kind of want to talk a little bit about the process. I know that's what inspired you to get in this organization, but there's families out there that may be watching. There may be family members that know of a friend that's suffering of this with their child. But let's talk a little bit about the detail about the family.
Sure.
So how many families right now do you guys currently have?
Well, we service families throughout their entire treatment, so it does fluctuate. But to give some examples, you know, we run about 90-ish funeral assistance allocations a year. We send checks out every Friday for my financial assistance. We serve over 1,000 families and children through our program events every year. And I could go on and on about all the nuances, but really it all starts with the social worker. So unfortunately, when you're diagnosed, you're assigned a social worker, which turns into a great thing once they're helping you.
Yeah, yeah.
But they then are who accesses us. So everything's an application process from the social worker.
Okay.
Whether that is a milestone, whether that is a financial assistance, or to be honest with you, whether that is even just a social worker overhearing something, because these families don't want to necessarily ask for help.
Yeah.
And the social worker goes, wait, you don't have air conditioning. It's July in Houston. That's an emergency.
Yeah.
Like, let's work towards this end for you. So it does fluctuate. It fluctuates at what level they're involved with us. But I will tell you, heroes, on a weekly basis, we probably process, over a dozen-ish that come
Wow.
in, or that we hear from a social worker and we're working on a milestone, or
Let's just say there's a family that's watching now, or someone that knows of a family that doesn't have a social worker, and is maybe not quite at those stages but needs assistance. Can they still reach out to you guys without going through the social worker?
well, what we will recommend every time is that once you receive a cancer diagnosis, you are assigned a social worker
Okay,
through
okay.
the hospital. We will recommend that you reach out to them, let them go through the process for you, because we already have those relationships with them. We know what they look for when
Okay.
they're doing the application. So as soon as we receive it, we're able to go, check, yes, fine, great, yes, they qualify because they're under treatment or this, that.
Okay.
You know, so it's definitely bar none easiest to go through your social worker.
So right now we are based out of Houston. I know the founding, was it based out of Dallas,
Yes,
Texas?
yes.
Okay. Now we do have viewers that are watching right now that are all over. They're not just in Houston, not just in Dallas.
Sure.
They're all over Texas, San Antonio, Austin, McAllen, you name it. And they're all also over the United States. Do you guys just help Houston and Dallas, or do you guys help all over?
So first of all, we are Texas-wide, which means pretty much any hospital in the Texas, you know, if you're in Texas, chances are we have been to that hospital, have helped with financial assistance or events at that hospital. Number two, you have to be currently in treatment in Texas, not from Texas. So with that
Oh.
being said, we end up servicing a lot of people that are relocated to Texas because of the med centers for the duration of their treatment. We deal with families that have even found a way to Texas with a friend to live in their house.
Right.
So yes, we go beyond the boundaries. of
Yes.
things.
Yes, and there's amazing doctors. I know for a fact here in Houston that a lot of families have to relocate. And I actually got to cross paths with a family as well that was from McAllen had to relocate here because their son had cancer. They lost, unfortunately, their son a year and a half ago. So people are always relocating here for the profession. We do have a live comment. This one's from Megan. Hi, Megan. Megan is saying, thank you, Heroes for Children. We love all the great work you've done for our family. So sweet. Thank you, Megan.
Thank you.
I have Chriselle on the line as well. Hi, Chriselle. She says, I love the ad. High five, ladies, and high five, D. Miller. Thank you for all the good you do for our children and communities. Is Heroes for Children only in Houston? Any plans of expanding? Which we just kind of covered that question. I think we beat you to that one. But as long as you're treating in Texas, you guys help. Now, is there any office or representatives like yourselves in San Antonio, Austin, McAllen,
So I cover
oh,
almost all of what you just named. So
traveler
what'll
here.
Yeah, I'm a road warrior. I love
Yes.
it. But what will happen with the out of town, as I call them, facilities, whether even it's in Dallas too, if it's Fort Worth, whatnot,
Yeah.
we make sure everything gets done. So if there's a laptop delivery that needs to be done, or there is a mom bag, or different things that need to be delivered, or you see one of our events and really want to try to partner during Cancer Awareness Month or whatnot, we try to make all of that
Awesome.
happen. And we have amazing lay leaders. Shout out to the lay leaders in Austin and all, because they make it happen, and we're able to do our work through them.
Yeah, that's awesome. So if any of you guys that are watching right now want to collaborate with us, Steve Miller and Associates, we'll be also happy to travel. You and I, we can travel. We could travel to Austin. We could travel to San Antonio and kind of try to raise proceeds for those families. I know one of the questions I was going to ask you, you did answer with some stuff, but how do you support families during the battle with cancer? You just mentioned a laptop delivery and a mommy bag.
Yes.
Let's elaborate a little bit
Okay.
more on how you assist these families.
Well, I will tell you, I love each and every one, but they're very different. First and foremost, we do have our Laptop for Love program, and that is where we provide a laptop to inpatient patients that are also going through treatment. And what we hope this does, yes, we hope they're using it for math and education and all that, and love that it has helped some of our patients to even be able to continue college and high school education, but we also want them connecting socially. So one of the things that I definitely hear when we deliver these laptops is, oh my God, yay, I can be on Instagram. So that is a good part of it too. They want to feel part of their friend group, who's dating who. So we're hoping this helps with that.
Yeah, for sure.
The other part is we do have a milestone program, and that is where we step in to help with milestones in our families' lives as they battle cancer. That could be, unfortunately, end of life celebrations, which sometimes, like we just had last week, we do one, and 2 days later the patient has passed away. But it can also be birthdays, it could be graduations, it could be weddings. We had a wedding get featured on people.com because we went ahead and helped that to happen for that couple.
Yeah.
And so that's the milestone. And then we do have our bags for a hero. We call them mom bags. But really, it can be anyone nominated. And these are bags that are just meant to be a hug. You know, I look at it as someone sees how amazing you're doing during this, and they just want to give you a hug. And then we go and we deliver those bags to the hospitals, to the person that was nominated. And it has gift cards and fuzzy slippers and thank you notes and journals and anything you could think of. We try to put in there. And then there's our, we haven't gotten to talk about it a lot, but our social program events that we have each year. One's coming up soon, our movie day.
Awesome. I will be there.
They each have a different purpose, but movie day is really a family fun day out. We get them together, they come see a movie at Studio Movie Grill, and the parents get to say yes all day while they're there. They don't have to worry about who's paying for what, or y'all splitting this, and we really just want them to make a memory in that moment. We have our Valentine's Day dinner, which is really, yes, the kids have an amazing Valentine's Day party next door to this, but the real focus is the parents being able to have a date night because they feel like they get to reconnect in that moment. And sometimes they come out and they're like, that's the first time I've talked to my husband uninterrupted in a year and a half.
Wow. I
You know,
believe it. I
so
believe it.
it's amazing. And the kids are entertained. Last time we had a circus 2 times ago, I was actually able to say to the parents, I don't even think they know you exist right now. You know, they're
Yes.
watching a dog do all these tricks. I don't even know that they know. But we have our Holiday Heroes program as well,
Awesome.
which is for the holidays. And the idea behind that is that it really covers our entire family that applies. So it is
awesome.
siblings, it is the parents, it is the patient. We wrap their gifts. We have a party where they can pick them up. We do trees if they need trees, decorations if they need decorations. So, I mean, that's just...
We're gonna be helping
That's
with
an
you guys
overview.
with a lot. Now, that's a lot of different things that you guys do to help these families. The mom, the dad that have to be pulled away from work, all for fighting the life of their child. Now, if I have any viewers right now that want to donate some services, whether it's a mani and a pedi, or wedding planning, or mommy bag, or fuzzy slippers. I have a lot of entrepreneurs that are watching the show.
Sure.
I have a lot of people that also love to give back to the community, but if they wanted to donate some services, could they reach out to either us or you guys?
Absolutely.
Awesome.
We would
So
love
if you
that.
guys are interested. So we do have a couple comments. I know we're over here going on the ways that we can get some more stuff, but we have Randall saying, thanks for making a difference to families of children battling cancer. Thank you, Randall. And then I have Chriselle again saying, any volunteer opportunities with Heroes for Children?
And the answer is yes.
Absolutely.
But really, it's at our events. I just mentioned a ton of events, but it takes volunteers to make those happen.
Absolutely.
You know, when we're doing our October pumpkin patch, we need someone with the kids as they decorate their pumpkins. So absolutely reach out either via this in the comments or direct message us or reach out here, however you feel, and we'll take that contact and definitely put you to work.
Yes, so it's on the contact section, on the show. Periodically, you're going to see our information as well as Heroes for Children, so that you guys can either catch the website, catch the phone number, and you guys can reach out to the appropriate party. But we are more than happy to help as well. We do have another comment. This is Chriselle again. She's saying, I'm an event planner in San Antonio and would be happy to volunteer services.
Love it.
Yes, so
We will be in
that
contact.
could that could be from throwing a life celebration, a birthday, the wedding. You know, there's a lot of services, and I'm pretty sure you guys represent a strong community in San Antonio.
Absolutely.
Me being from San Antonio, there is a medical center there as well, so
Yes.
I'm sure there is opportunity there. So thank you, Chriselle, for volunteering those services. They are definitely helping the community some way, somehow. So are there certain qualifications that families have to have? You mentioned social worker
Right.
and treating currently. Is there any other qualifications?
Really, we try to cut out the red tape as much as possible. But I will say your social worker will be able to know your case in 2 seconds and say, yes, you qualify, or no, you don't, or hey, this is when you would qualify. You have to wait the 2 weeks till this happens. We really just try to streamline and get that check to you within 7 days. So we do leave a lot of that piece to the social worker, but then obviously as we get the applications, we do a final check.
Okay,
Of
that's
everything.
awesome. And so, Julie, tell us a little bit more. How much of the proceeds that we raise will make a difference for one family?
Okay.
Equivalence.
So this is how I'm going to put it.
Okay.
There are many ways to look at it, but this is how I look. Our usual financial assistance allocation is right about $850. We try to, do as much as we can depending on, but that's about $850. Funeral assistance is about $1,500
Okay.
that we're trying to do right now to start a partnership. So if you're looking for particular numbers where you know, hey, this did that, those are some of the things. If you look at a mom bag or a bag for a hero, those are usually in the $300 to $350 range.
And all of this, you guys can write off at the end of the tax
Absolutely.
year. So I know that's something that we would give also the little receipt for you to take to your CPA as
Absolutely.
well, or your accountant. But if it's donating a lump sum, so just so that you guys know, coming at the kickoff party that you guys see the flyer being flashed left and right here, coming at that kickoff party, how much we raise all the way until December 1st, we'll see how many families we get to affect through each category. So that is awesome, and we will let you guys know how your efforts came about in helping these families. So if someone needed to get reach out to you guys for services, how can they get a hold of you? Is there a website or a phone number?
Yeah. My main direction would be go to heroesforchildren.org. It's coming up on your screen, I'm sure, 100 times while we're here. Go to heroesforchildren.org. I would also say, again, if you're watching this and you happen to be in the throes of the hospital and the whatnots, go to your social worker, say, I saw this amazing show, and this is what I heard, and this is what I think we need. And they will take it from there and take that off your shoulders.
Yes, that's awesome. And I know a little earlier in the show we asked, and this is my next question, are you only limited to Houston families? What's your answer, Julie?
Nope, we are not.
No, we help everyone.
Yeah, and we really want to try to expand where we are making sure everyone that needs the assistance gets the assistance. That's why, again, we really try to keep it as simple as we don't want you to battle alone.
Yes, that's
So we're here.
I love that catchphrase. You're not battling this alone. We're here with you every step of the way, and Julie has the knowledge to definitely guide you through each step of the
Absolutely.
way as well, or any of the representatives. So Meredith, I'm going to ask you some questions
I'm
now.
going to try not to cough. I apologize.
It's okay.
Maybe the end of a cold.
It's okay. So you were actually, I have you as your position being a donor.
Correct.
So what made you become a donor of the organization?
Well, Julie and I have been friends for many years now, but there was one particular lunch that we went out together, and she had started to tell me about Heroes for Children and what the organization does. And so, and just telling me about these stories about these children who were suffering from cancer, whose families were not financially set, and just all of their various needs. I mean, we take a lot of these things for granted, but suddenly you have to uproot from one city, leave and live in another city. Now you have to find housing. Now you have to figure out how you're going to pay your food bill. How are you going to drive from, the apartment to the hospital? How are, you going to take care of your other children? I mean, there are just so many little facets to the whole thing. And so it just, she had moved me so much over that one. She jokes and said, Meredith took out her checkbook at the end of the lunch. I mean, I did. I couldn't help a lot, but even a small amount helps because, if you can donate a large amount, that's fantastic. But if you do a small amount, and there are a lot of families that donate a small amount because that's what they feel good about and what they can afford, that all accumulates to that larger amount that's going to help a family.
Absolutely.
So, that's important so that families or people don't feel intimidated, about $350 if they can't do it. If they can do it, excellent. Donate twice.
Yeah, a little bit goes a long way.
It does. It goes a long way.
Yeah.
So, anyway, so that was my introduction to Heroes.
Awesome.
And she quickly pulled me in.
And so where are you right now with Heroes for Children? Are you still just a donor, or has your position changed? Has the growth began for you like it does for all of us?
Right? Yes. Absolutely.
She's
So,
calling.
I'm so sorry.
Don't worry.
Oh my goodness. So recently, as of last week,
Okay.
I started working temporarily for Heroes for Children
Okay.
at the office with Julie and helping her out on various things that she needs help with, event planning and so forth. And so I'm now seeing the internal side of Heroes for Children, which I can tell you internally is as exciting and as good and wonderful as what you see on the outside. And so that I love being able to see both aspects
Yeah.
of it. But I'll still volunteer my time and do what I can do to help.
That's awesome.
Even above and beyond being in the office.
That's awesome. So you two can be a donor and convert and then see a different side of the organization. You never know. Everybody kind of gets motivated by different things and then convert into other things. So I love your story on your growth with the charity and where you potentially can be too. You never know. You might be a second to Julie, huh? Traveling all over the place.
Sure.
Yeah.
Be her partner in crime.
Exactly.
Going up and down 290.
Yeah. Started off with the lunch and ended up us traveling all over, right? So I imagine that relationships that are developed become more of a family relationship. Is there one memory that is your favorite? And I could get both of you ladies to answer because I'm pretty sure you're going to have different memories.
Yeah.
Right.
But what is a favorite memory that you guys have?
Well, I will say I have to do two because I feel like they ingrain in my memory as I talk about them. The first was we were going to do deliveries. It was around the holiday time. We had some share people coming with us. And we walk into the room and it was an end of life stage cancer for a 16-year-old boy. And it was a mom bag. And we walk in and his mom was in the shower and he's sitting there talking to his younger sister who's probably 10, who obviously was now living in the hospital too. I mean, you know, her sleeping bag, stuffed animals were all over the floor. And just walking in and hearing him and then his thankfulness of being able to provide this to his mom in that time. We have stayed in touch throughout their process. They've come to events even though unfortunately their battle has come to an end for him. They still feel very tied to heroes. And then on the staff side, I will say it has been watching these milestones happen. And we have this cute little girl who the first time I met was at a program event, but she slowly has been at everything, and it always involves a costume and a smile and jumping around, and just hearing her kind of say, oh, there's my friend, I need to go see her. You know, I feel that sense of community that we are wanting to build as we're doing all this.
Absolutely.
You know, we're really about wanting to put that support base together. So those would definitely be my two.
And it's beautiful to see the life of someone and that literally is battling. So it can always be, like, for those of you guys that are watching, if you think you're having a really, really bad day, the stories can always tend to be worse, whether it's for family or for the individual. So Meredith, what is your highlight or memory?
Mine? So a couple of years ago, I helped with the Heroes for Children Christmas party and went out and purchased from a wish list for a little boy who was, I think, 6 years old at the time, who was battling cancer in the hospital. I believe his family had moved here from Louisiana, and so they were here temporarily. But I went shopping. I brought my daughter, who was 8 years old at the time, and she helped pick out all of these fun gifts and then brought them to Julie, and they were going to wrap them and take care of them, or maybe I wrapped them, I can't remember. But anyways,
either way.
Anyway, and then followed Julie's instructions, you know, saying, join us at the party, and all of the families are going to have their tables with the presents all over them, and they'll come and you'll be able to meet them and talk to them at this party. And so my family, my husband, my daughter, and I all had our presents and put them on the table beautifully, and we're so very excited to meet the family. And we waited and we waited and we watched all these other families going around, and finally Julie came over and she said, I have some really sad news. And it turned out that this poor little boy was back in the hospital when he really, really wanted to come to this party. And so of course we were very, very sad. And Julie had taken all the presents back to the office, and of course we, you know, still mixed and mingled with the other kids and gave out hugs when we could, and, you know, talked. And so a few weeks later, Julie had called me and said, you know, the little boy's still in the hospital, but the parents are there, and come and do a personal delivery with me. Now, I couldn't see the little boy, obviously, because he was in the hospital, but his parents came downstairs. And we had so many gifts for him that we had this wheelchair that we filled up with the presents. And the parents would wheel him in the hospital and then come back out, and we'd load it up again with the presents, and they'd wheel it back into the hospital. And they were just so lovely and so grateful, and you could just see the look on their face of sort of this bittersweetness. You know, they were so sad and obviously upset that boy, their son is in the hospital, but so grateful to Heroes for being there for them and being able to, provide these gifts and to provide the services that Heroes provides. And so that really, that was really, even the lunch was great, but that really was sealed the deal basically.
For you,
and said, you know what, there are children out there who truly need it. And to be able to even have my daughter be a part of it was wonderful.
Even better, yeah. Well,
Absolutely.
you too, those viewers that are watching, can be a part of that. Have those type of memories. As the more we volunteer, the more we become a community, the more they can be involved in those things, whether it's pumpkin patch, she said it, the movie day, the December, those are volunteer work. And if you guys really want to get involved in how to make a difference in a family's life of a child that's battling cancer, or even that child, some of them, you look at that story, she wasn't able to meet the child, but the family. So there is a return and a sense of gratitude that comes from all of that as well. So it's super, super beautiful. I want to remind all of you guys that are watching the show, we're going to put the flyer one more time. We all are going to be a part of this event coming up on June 27th. I want to remind you guys, I want to see all of you guys there. We're actually doing this show outside live.
Oh, fun.
Yeah, so we can,
that'll be fun.
yeah,
Be
we
a
can
lot of
have
fun.
you guys kind of come. I will be sitting here, but the guests will be changing. We're going to do it in English and in Spanish. We do have the flyer and in English and in Spanish, so that we can also help those families in the Latin-based community. So we want to see all of you guys there. If you guys can come, even if it's for 30 minutes, even if you bring your loose change, like the lady said, a little bit goes a long way. Whatever you guys can afford, whether it's a loose change in your car or whether it's $50 or more than that, we'll take it, because that is going to help a family that is in need, that has had to just change their whole life to battle their child, their cousin, their family members battle for cancer. So I want to see every single one of you guys there. Now, ladies, we have Julie and Meredith here representing Heroes for Children. Now, if you had to leave our viewers with one last thing, like if you had to give them a quote or something for them to look out for, or just one last memory or how you've affected someone, what would you tell our viewers right now on the impact that you ladies have done in this community?
I would hope one of the things that you could take away, and we would at the end of every day, is that because of this community feeding our community, we're able to feed their community. I think it's definitely a change effect. We would not be able to do what we do if it wasn't for you. These families really take the breath and get to smile and have those moments and hopefully memories to last a lifetime because of the service we provide, with you again helping as volunteers and whatnot.
Yeah.
So just that it takes all of us.
Right. Like you said, it takes all of us. So whether you're donating, volunteering, delivering services, or donating items, any little bit helps for us to make a difference and get a smile in their face. That's what counts. Meredith, if you had to leave our viewers with one last thing, what would that be?
That's a great question. So, there's so many phenomenal nonprofits out there, and they all do such great work. But we're talking children here who have cancer, certainly didn't ask for it. It's not like they were smoking cigarettes or, drinking and brought this upon themselves. And I don't wish that on anybody, at all. So don't take me wrong. But I mean, these are innocent, sweet children, and their parents are struggling already. And to add this to that, it's just so difficult. So I think if all of us can just think about when we get up in the morning, how grateful we are for all of those things that we have, and to be able to help somebody, not only does it help the family, but it makes us feel good, and it helps us throughout the day, knowing that you've helped in some way, shape, or form. It just makes you feel good, and it makes you have a better day. And so that may be somewhat selfish of a reason, and I'm not saying that's my reason necessarily. It's a little bit. But I mean, make yourself feel good as well as making another family feel good, and there's no shame in that. But it's such an important cause, and you can't help enough in whatever way you're going to help.
There is no shame in that. So a little bit goes a long way. It's such a sign of gratitude just to see a smile light up the room, and a smile that probably wasn't there just by your one action, your one volunteer, your one service. It changes the mood of the room just by helping. So that is awesome. I love those suggestions. Now I want to kind of go over with you guys. If you guys are watching the show and say, you know what, I want to donate right now. I'm not going to make it to Houston, Texas, and I'm probably not going to go by that party. That's okay, but I want to still donate. Now, if you guys want how to see where to donate, you can go on our website, which is going to go on the screen. You see it right there on the screen, Dean Miller and Associates. And it's www.deanmillerlaw.com, and you go to the tab that says About, and then it says In the Community. Under In the Community, you see this little hero, awesome little hero outfit, and you're going to see the Heroes for Children kickoff party, and you can donate now. Once you click there, it's going to take you to our PayPal service so that you can definitely donate. If you guys come to the event, there's several ways that you guys can donate as well. It's not just by going through PayPal. You can also donate by credit card. We will have all that ready for you guys. Check or cash as well. We can also do Cash Me. There's so many ways nowadays that you can get donations in monetary amount. So we got you on all the ways, so there should not be an excuse of, oh, you guys don't have a credit card machine. I got you. So you guys, if you guys want to donate, by all means, there's ways on the website right now. You guys can go and hit the donation button, and just, again, a little bit goes a long way. So all the information is here on the screen. I know information about us. If you want to donate and be a part of the show, information about Heroes for Children, if you want to volunteer, if you want to be a part of the community. I also want, if you guys are watching the show and you just want to know how to be a guest, like our two guests here, Julie and Meredith, that are representing Heroes for Children, and you want to talk about either your organization, or if it's maybe a food truck or the event planner that wants to come and not only work with our guests here, but also give their services, the location and the phone number is on the screen now. Please email desell@dmillerlaw.com as well. So yeah, you guys can catch a lot of updates. I know you guys are on Facebook and Instagram.
Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn.
Everything.
We got it covered.
Awesome. They got it covered, and guess what? We do too. So you're going to see the event on both of our ends. So if you guys are Julie's friends and Meredith's friends, that's fine. You guys are going to see it on their Facebook. If you are our friends, D. Miller and Associates, you're going to see it on our Facebook. We have Facebook in English, Facebook in Spanish, D. Miller Law, D. Miller Latino. We also have it on Instagram, LinkedIn, and YouTube. So either way, no excuse. You're going to find us in one of these channels, whichever channel is your favorite channel. We'll be there live on June 27th. I want to remind you guys it's going to be from 3 to 7. We're taking donations at any time though, so please give us a call on the number that is on the screen, 713-850-8600. Ladies, I think it's time. We've reached our limit. We can talk for all day, right? Yeah, so I want to thank you guys for coming on the show. It was such a pleasure. And I'm going to see you guys here in the next, 2 weeks?
Yes. 2 weeks.
So the time is ticking now. I want to thank all of you guys for watching this show and for sharing this show. Please share. The more you share, the more people we can get to donate to help a child that's battling cancer. I want to thank all of you guys for watching Talk to Me Tuesday on a Tuesday. I'm your host, Madi B. Bye.